I want to show you how you can use the Google Breakout Rooms Meet extension because it's really pretty cool and it kind of brings everything into one place and makes it a lot more user-friendly. So first of all, you can see I'm just on a plain old Google tab. I don't have any Meet open or anything. I'm going to kind of take you from scratch here. And I'm going to open my Breakout Room extension. And if you didn't catch it, I used this purple B right here in order to do that. Make sure you have the Breakout extension installed. I linked you to where you can install it in the Google Doc, and then if it's not showing up here, check if it's pinned. You see how I clicked this little puzzle piece? And each extension here can be pinned or not pinned. You could access it the same either way. You just use the puzzle piece and then click on it if it's not pinned, but I kind of like to have ones I use a lot pinned. Okay, so I clicked that B and that opened this little side pop-up window. And first I need to set everything up. So you either can or not set up multiple courses. I had set up a separate course that wasn't working right, so I'm gonna take it off, but I won't do that again. If you're a high school teacher and you wanna have like a separate set of your main meeting room and your breakout rooms for different classes so that each main room maybe could be the link from your Google Classroom, you can totally do that. You could reuse your breakout room links if you wanted to, since presumably you're not going to be running breakout rooms for multiple classes at the same time. But set up any courses that you want here, and then set up your rooms. I added these rooms. First, all I had was the main room, and there was no link. You need to put a link in there. I used the link to the calendar event that we're going to use tomorrow for the Tech Infusion, but you could put the link from the top of your Google Classroom sections if you wanted to. And then you'll need links for groups A, B, and C. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you, because I learned the hard way, do not use nicknamed links for those groups. Okay, use regular old Google Meet links. The fastest way to do that is come up here, open a tab, and just type meet.new. It'll set you up a brand new Google Meet. You don't even have to join it if you don't want to, but you want to copy the joining info. Particularly, you want this link. Okay, and then you can just close it and put that link in for your breakout room link. Okay, so you need to do that for however many breakout rooms you want. You need to do that many times, but you only have to do it the first time you set this up. You don't have to do it every time you have class. All right, so I have my course created. I have my rooms created. There are some things I can change in settings if I want to. You can change it so either your breakout rooms, when you open them, open up in separate windows and kind of tile across your screen. That's pretty cool if you have a nice big monitor. If you have a small monitor, like I'm on my laptop, it might be easier to have them open in the same window but as different tabs. And you can set your maximum number of tabs that you want, if you want. You can also set it to unlimited. And then here you just change the color things. This outside participants thing would be if you wanted to allow users from outside of the Woods Charter domain. For the purposes of your classes, I would leave that unchecked. You would only maybe need to check that if you were doing a meeting with parents or something. And so that's it to get it set up. Now I'm going to go over here to Meet, and I'm going to choose my course, which is called My Course in this case, but if I could choose from all the different courses I had set up there. And I'm going to choose how many breakout rooms I want. Okay, so I'm just going to use 2 breakouts, but however many you've set up, you can choose up to that many. So this is maxing me out at 3 just because that's how many links I put in on that Rooms tab. And then come here to Start Class with Google Meet, and I'm going to hit Open Both. And it is now going to open a new Chrome window, which is going to have 3 tabs. Each of my tabs is going to have one of my rooms put in it. And then one thing I really like is it names the tabs. Instead of just looking at the Google Meet link, I'm looking at whatever name I put in, Group A, Group B, and Main. And I think that's really nice because one of the hard things about breakout rooms is keeping up with where they are and everything, and having the tabs named really helps. All right, so now this screen is kind of the next big deal. I'm going to move my little face over here. What this is going to let me do is tab through my breakout rooms. And notice here that it's changing the name here, and it's also switching between these tabs. I don't have to switch between the tabs manually. This is doing it for me. It also lets me turn the speaker, as in the audio that I am getting through my computer speakers, on or off for different rooms or all the rooms. This tab here, this top panel, this is always going to control the speaker, your microphone, and your camera for the room you have in focus. So whatever room you have kind of targeted here, it's going to control the speaker and stuff for that room and that room only. You can also broadcast to all rooms. You can turn the audio on for all the rooms, or talk to all the people by turning your microphone on for all the rooms, or put the camera on for all the rooms at once. Okay, and notice here in the tabs, it's helping you keep track of what's turned on. So right now I have my audio off, so it says, I think that's why it's red, right? Let me turn these on. Yeah, so when that little icon is green, that means that your microphone is on in that group. The little X you see here first is talking to you about whether your speaker is on for that group. And then the C is about whether the camera is on or not in that group. Turn all this back off. Okay, so that's this part. You can also control the users in different rooms. You can mute all the participants in a particular room, whatever room you have targeted. I don't know what this has done this a couple times now. I think it's saying add participants because I'm trying to mute everybody, but there's nobody in there. You can also remove all the participants in a particular room, and you can't see, yeah, because there's nobody in there. It's trying to get me to add folks. Go away. And you can just close the room altogether. I don't want that breakout room anymore. Close it. Okay, so now it closed group A. That's how you work with the breakout rooms once you have people in them, but how do you get your participants into the breakout rooms? This also makes that really easy. You have two options here. You can do what's called ad hoc assignment, where you can kind of come over here and drag your students into the groups you want them to be in. Or you can randomly assign them, where it will just make even groups. Once you've assigned them, you're going to do two things. You're going to copy the groups and paste it in the chat. And my window's gotten a little small here. Hang on. Chat. There we go. Okay, copy the groups and put them in the chat. So that's going to tell folks, you know, they're going to look for their name and then what group they're in. I'll show you this tomorrow with more people and it will look a little clearer. And then you're going to copy the links to the breakout rooms and paste them. So first you're going to tell them what group to go to, then they're going to find that link and they're just going to click the link to go to that room. Easy peasy. You can also pre-assign them if you want. If you have like a text file where you've set up where you want who to go, you can do it that way, and here it's telling you how to do that. And then the reports feature is also kind of cool for the different rooms, and you can do it again. It's going to be controlled by this little slider up here. If I'm on main, it's going to show me the main room stuff. If I'm on group B, it's going to show me the group B stuff. And I can copy all the links. I can copy the attendance, the assignments, like if I want to remember what groups I had them in, and all that stuff. And there's different reports you can get. And you can either just copy and paste them, or you can download them as comma-separated values. So that is the Google Meet Breakout Room extension. I'm going to show you how to use this in our Tech Infusion as well and link you to this video. It's a really handy extension. Again, it doesn't really create a lot of new functionality that you couldn't get with other extensions and stuff, but it brings it all into one place and just makes it easier to keep track of.